Welcome to Never Not Funny. My name is Jimmy Pardo. I'm the host of the program, have been from day one. We welcome you in to this episode. This is episode 1303, 1303, third episode of the 13th season. Seasons are 6 months. Well, there's 4 seasons in the year. What we do is we do a podcasting season. I believe we're the only ones that do it. Why shouldn't we be? Others don't have a reason to do it. Everybody's got a reason to live. Kiss taught us about that on the Crazy Crazy Nights album. I'm listening to a lot of Kiss lately, everybody. My son is obsessed with them. He can tell you who sings the songs. He could tell you, did I tell you this one? Did I tell you about the song Naked City? Did I tell you that?
That sounds vaguely familiar, but go ahead.
The song, In the Naked City. It's a Gene Simmons song.
I could tell by your impression.
Is that true?
Spot on, yeah.
Thank you very much. Because Paul's, whoa!
Right.
I don't want to wait till you know me better. There's Paul. And then Gene's down here. Crazy, 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 crazy nights.
And then Ace Frehley.
Ace Frehley's right in this area. It's shock me, make me feel better. 2 sides of the coin to turn to. Probably to choose from, you asshole. I'm making fun of myself for getting the words wrong.
No, make fun of him for sounding like that.
Peter Criss is right in the bed. I hear you calling. But I can't go on right now. I'm getting a phone call. As I said, I hear you calling.
Is that Ace Frehley complaining about the impression?
No, it's Beth.
Oh, my God. I can't believe how many phone calls. Like, I don't think there's been... Garen, you're going to have to start keeping track of this. Just make a note every time his phone buzzes or rings. I don't know if you can always hear it. I don't think we've started an episode without it happening.
Let me tell you something. I think that's a fun game. I'm on board with your game.
Okay.
Can I please, so that we have it accurate, can we discount the buzzes that are spam emails? Or do you think those should be included?
Oh, so now I understand. I forgot that you have your phone set to chime every time an email comes in.
It buzzes when there's an email, yes.
So that's
not every time. Every 15 minutes it checks.
Okay, so... But it's not just, those aren't just phone calls and texts.
That is correct.
Okay. So then it's not really that noteworthy because everyone gets emails.
Why don't I alert you then to what, when we hear it?
There's another one.
Yes, in fact, yes, that's another one. No, that officially is a phone call.
Okay.
So whatever your deal you have with
Garen. Garen, just keep a tally. Okay. It's not about the amount. It's more about how can we... Is there ever going to be an episode where this doesn't happen in the first 5 minutes?
Well, let me tell you something. I am in show business.
I know. It's getting...
I work at the Conan O'Brien program. Yeah. I run a very successful podcast empire that consists of 1.5 shows. And I'm getting calls every second of the day here. I also get calls from doctors from time to time.
Yeah.
And of course, my doctor, Vinny Mubach.
For sure.
Who's just got a cell phone. He's thrilled to have one.
By the way, we haven't gotten an update on any of that in a while.
What's up, on my balls?
Yeah.
So far, so good. Clean.
Oh, great.
Doing great.
Okay, good.
I still got to go in. They still have to do the thing where they...
You're doing up the wazoo?
Put the up the wazoo, up the penis.
Yeah, that's not really the wazoo.
No, the wazoo's backside. This is the wazoo. This is just Yaz. This is it's Yaz and Yazoo. Remember when Yaz came over from England? They were Yazoo in England, and then they were Yaz here in the States.
Of course I don't.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going Yaz. We still got to go Carl Yastrzemski right up the crank. Take a look inside that.
I thought it was Wazoo. Maybe it's Yazoo.
It is. It's Wazoo.
Wazoo in the back, Yazoo in the front.
I'm calling it Yazoo. I'm calling everything Yazoo. For the sake, I understand what you're getting at, and I appreciate your input. At any rate, you heard my Kiss impressions.
Yes,
my
fantastic.
Son likes to say, Dad. He likes to guess the song titles. That's his first thing to do. Then second, and by the way, if he guesses, if it's a song title like called "Burn, Bitch, Burn," which I don't let him hear that song, of course. But if it's, let's say it's something like that, and he hears, I'm making up lyrics. Burn, bitch, burn. Let's go into the fire. If he goes, is it called Into the Fire? Yes. I lie, so I don't go, no, it's actually called I'll Fight Hell to Hold You or whatever.
Oh, because there's titles, there's songs you do let him hear, but you're still not on board with the title being a little...
That's exactly right.
Satanic.
Yes. Like, in fact, Pat mentioned yesterday that David Bowie has a song called Queen Bitch,
right?
But he never says it in the song.
Yeah, it's confusing.
So, like, that would be an example. Like, he would say, is it Baba? And I would just say, no, I don't go, no, son, it's called Queen Bitch.
Write that down, because it's hard to remember. It's not in the song.
So the song Naked City comes on. In the naked city, he says, he's got to look. He's sitting in the back seat. He goes, "This is a very inappropriate song." He goes, "Naked City. Kiss shouldn't sing about inappropriate things like this." And then he goes, and I go, "What?" He goes, "It's too silly. It sounds like something I'd make up." Naked City. They're in a city. They're not wearing clothes. And I didn't explain to you what Naked City means. That it's mainly because I've never to this day don't understand what that means.
You know what? You've just shined a light on the fact that I don't know what that means.
But we all know what it means.
We all just sort of accept it.
It's in the Naked City.
Yeah.
Isn't it just the raw?
I know. There's a million stories in it.
Right.
So
in the light of day, is it like we all know what that means, yet none of us know what it means.
Yeah, it's a strange.
So
phrase.
instead of trying to work my way through this problem with my son, I just went along with him, and he goes, "And it makes no sense for Gene to sing it because Ace does the silly songs." And I let him think he solved something there. There's no reason to correct him.
Yeah.
Well, that's off the Unmasked album, by the way, the Unmasked album, which even Oliver agrees the album cover sucks. He doesn't use that word. He says it stinks. He goes, "That album cover stinks, Dad," and it does. It hurts sales. There's no question in my mind. It looks like a comic strip.
Oh yeah, you've told me about that.
So,
Or maybe Pat was the one saying it actually has there's a bit of a joke on it's almost a self-deprecating joke on.
Yeah, the very last panel of it's called Unmasked. People trying to get their pictures, and then they take off their masks, and underneath their masks, it's still them. Like it's still them in makeup.
Right.
And then the last panel of the quote unquote comic says, I still say they stink."
Yeah.
So self-deprecating.
Well, or just pointing out that they had critics.
Yeah, I mean, it's really it's such a miscue on every level. Like,
Yeah.
I think you can comment on, we know everybody thinks we stink. Our fans like us, but to announce it,
Yeah, you know that they didn't think that they weren't doing that for humor.
probably no. That was fuck you, parasites.
Yeah, exactly.
That's as clever of an idea as I hate Jimmy Pardo bumper stickers. And anyway, we welcome everybody in. This is 1303. It's a bang-up job here today. We'll go around the horn in a moment. Now, Matt, we didn't get a chance to talk about what you did over the weekend. What you before we came on the air? What'd you guys do? Anything of import?
I don't think so.
Like last weekend, I went to Disney.
Yeah.
What did you do on that weekend, by any chance?
I don't. Are you referring to something that you saw on Facebook? Because
I'm just telling you. You know what? I realized that the last time we were on the air that my Disney conversation. And listen, it's my show.
Yeah. I didn't do anything. I just realized.
This is not the two are not related. Didn't Charlie go swimming for the first time? First swim class?
Oh yeah. Well, that was Monday. He's doing a weekday.
Weekday swim class.
Yeah, with Elise.
Seems early.
Well, it's just bobbing around. He likes it. It's fun.
Sounds like it. Sounds like he's staring at a duffel bag calling an Elmo.
Well, he loves every time he sees Mickey Mouse, he points at it and says Elmo.
And he was looking at a Mickey Mouse backpack. Is that the case?
Yeah, basically.
Have I last week, did I talk enough about how beautiful the Asian backpack is? You did. You know what's so funny? When I left here last week and I told Danielle that part of it, she said, "Did you talk about Disney?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "I talked about the Asian backpack." And she goes, "Boy, they are nice backpacks." Like, there's something like I want to go to Koreatown and find the backpack.
I think you'll just find knockoffs if you go down there.
Fine.
No, you got to go to Korea.
I'm not going to Korea. They're upset with us. The guy, unless I go with Rodman.
Well, that's North Korea. You could still go to Seoul.
I don't want to go to Seoul. I don't want to go to South Korea. I'm not comfortable going to Korea at all.
I know you've got soul, but you're not a soldier. So does that?
Well, listen, Brandon. It's not Brandon Crawford. That's a second baseman for the Giants. Brandon.
You should know it. You bought his solo album.
No, I didn't.
Oh, that was
no. Pat, listen. Here's
you
what
liked it.
I loved the first Killers album.
Yeah.
Went to see him by myself at the Wiltern, where, again, as I talk about, I think on the show, where everybody there wondered who had to bring their dad. Like, that's how out of place I looked at that show.
Right.
And it was jammed. I had a beautiful seat. I enjoyed it. They were terrific. And then I just lost interest. Like, I mean, I cannot talk enough about how much I love that first Killers album.
Well, they didn't stay consistent with.
They played fucking games. You're right.
And the lyrics are. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Some of the worst lyrics in pop rock history.
But that first album, the hooks are enough to get you past it.
True.
So, but that's you got so, but I'm not a soldier. That came out in 2000.
Well, I thought that was
came out in
the second album.
2005. No, that's the first album.
Oh, it was. God.
Hot Stuff, I think it's called, or Hot Space, Hot Stuff. What's it called? Garen, do something. Help me, for I'm floundering over here like an asshole.
We don't even know the guy's name.
I'm flopping around like River Phoenix outside of the Viper Room.
His name is Brandon Flowers.
Brandon Flowers.
Yeah.
Brandon Flowers.
And that album.
And is it called Hot Stuff? Hot Fuss. Hot Fuss.
Hot Fuss. Sounds
I
right.
believe it's Hot Fuzz.
I think it's Hot Fuss.
Hot Fuzz?
Is it Fuzz or
No,
Fuss?
that's a movie.
I think it's Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz. Is that from the Shaun of the Dead people?
Yeah.
Jesus, look at me.
You're right.
Look at me today.
It is Hot Fuzz.
It is Hot Fuss. I bought a beautiful Killers T-shirt at that concert because it was exactly what I want. A T-shirt with just Killers across. Beautiful. They did everything right, and then they went, nah, that's not who we are. We like Bruce Springsteen, and they fucked up their entire.
They got a funny way of showing it if they like Bruce Springsteen.
My friend, my girlfriend from high school, by the way, posts way too much about her love of John Bon Jovi on Facebook.
Is it Pat? Are you talking about Pat?
I don't like that joke. And by that, I mean I liked it, and I have to pretend I don't for the humor of it all. Her name, I'm not giving her name. That's her business. But she went to see him at the Soldier Field in Chicago.
Just recently.
And talks about it, and it's post. God, it's going to sound so fucking insulting to everybody. It's just so Midwest. You know, it's just so housewife from the Midwest. You know, by the way, she has her master's degree. She's smarter than I'll ever be any day alive. You know, but I come from the streets, man. I got street smarts.
Yeah.
And I prove it to Frank Nicotero on a regular basis, and he gives me money. Remember Frank? No. He hosted Street Smarts.
Oh, okay.
The game show.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I don't even know what brought it. Posted it and made me very uncomfortable.
Well, look, if you love a band when you're 16, you're probably always going to love them in a way that you don't love anything else.
The way that you are with the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
The way that you are with LL Cool J.
And the way you are with Journey.
You know what? I did not really like Journey. No, that's not true. I liked them in '83.
Chicago.
Frontier. Chicago's the one. Yeah, Chicago. Yeah, like they get a free pass. Like even when they stink, it's like, yeah, you know what though? They're still my favorite.
I mean, you hear the songs, and it's just, you know, it can take you back to a time when maybe you feel like
Life was a little easier.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. It's just nostalgia. I don't even know if it's easier because I can intellectually look back and go, you know, it was hard. Like being a kid sucks.
It's hard.
It's not fun,
but yet
it is fun.
It's easier than what we're doing now.
Sort of, but you have no control, and that's what sucks about it. I think, you know, I would rather have the responsibility, but also the control.
Well, you got no control. You're Eddie Money. I say, because God forbid I have a fucking serious conversation for more than 4 sentences.
No, I appreciate
panicked,
that.
Had to make a bad 80s reference.
I'm gonna look up that song. I've never heard that song.
You got no control. I think the end of the album is No Control. It's the one where I think Shakin's on it. Because she was shaking. Oh, snapping her fingers.
2 Tickets to Paradise. Take Me Home Tonight.
That's it.
That's
And
it.
you're done.
That's all I know.
You know Shakin'.
No, I know.
She was shaking. Yeah, you know. Trust me, you know it. You don't know my version.
Shake, rattle, and roll. Is that what you're saying?
No, don't talk stupid. Don't
that.
insult this conversation.
I thought
Don't
maybe
ruin
you
this
covered
conversation. What you just did is you derailed this conversation. As I tried to deflect the fact that I derailed it completely by bringing up Eddie Money.
Yeah.
Wait. God damn it. Yeah. You were shaking. God. You trust me, you know it. Trust me.
Yeah, you don't know what I know.
I know a lot of what you know.
Well, you might
I know a lot about what you know.
You might know some of the things I know, or many of the things I know, but you don't know what things I don't know in my head.
No, I do know. I know.
How
you.
would you know that?
I know you better than you know yourself. That's my point.
I don't see how that's possible that you would know if I have heard a song or not.
I know. Listen, I've got intuition. I know when people have heard a song or not.
Follow your heart, your intuition. You know that song? I know you know it.
Give me the artist.
She's from Alaska.
Bjork? Sarah Palin?
Closer. There's one pop star from Alaska.
Yeah, she got bad teeth, yeah?
Is it Jewel?
Yep.
Jewel's from Alaska?
Oh my God, that is obvious trivia to the bone.
Really? I thought I heard
From
that.
Alaska, lived in a van.
Lived in her van. That part.
That's everybody's.
I don't know the Alaska part. I never knew that.
Yeah, she's from Alaska.
Well, good luck for her. Good
Anyway,
luck.
remember she tried to go pop,
I do.
and that was the song.
And
And then it was in a razor commercial.
was it really good for her? She made a couple of bucks off a failed album.
Gillette.
Because that album failed, right? Her
Yes,
trying to go, and then she
I
tried to go
believe so.
country. She's tried everything.
I don't know that. I think that probably worked. I just have I don't know.
Her going country?
Yeah.
She's gone country.
Those boots.
Is that Alan Jackson? Or is that George Strait?
I don't even know.
I want to say it's Alan Jackson.
It's come up many times.
It is Alan Jackson. Garen knows that. The homosexual community embraces Alan Jackson and
I
his
couldn't
white
hear him
hat.
at all. We've given these guys mics, but they're
Well, that's because you decided to ride the
they're
thing.
hissing a little. But as soon as I'm not quick enough.
You're not good. You're not good at your job.
How about raise your hand?
I can't raise his hand when I say
System is-
Garen.
Okay, I'll
How about
keep
when
it
I go
right there.
Garen? The second I say Garen, you know that you have to put him
Then
on.
I'm like going like this crazy.
That's your call or deal with the hiss, man.
Can you hear it? I don't hear it now. Go ahead, say something. I do.
Something.
I do hear it a little bit.
Garen, you're better than that.
I am better than
You're
that.
better
I
than-
felt bad as soon as I said it.
And you panicked. I saw the look in
I
your
did
eyes, too.
panic.
You actually went into a little bit of a panic.
A little bit.
Garen Cock. What are we going to do when Garen gets a real job?
I don't know.
Because we're going to have to make some phone calls. Mm-hmm. I know. Number one, I already got first choice, and then we'll move out from there.
What?
Yeah, Patrick Roddy.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Roddy would be second choice. First choice. First choice after Garen leaves. Mm-hmm. Right?
Agreed.
All
Do you
right.
think he can make it down once a week?
I don't know. I don't know what Patrick's thinking. I think the reason that he wasn't chosen in the first place, because believe me, Garen wasn't the first choice, was that I think Patrick couldn't make it down there from time to time. He had to, take some SOS pads to his hands and get rid of the calluses because he does actual work.
Yeah.
I can't shake that hand every week and feel bad about myself. Hey, Patrick, and then I got this queer in here with his nice soft hands. He dips those in Palmolive every Monday morning before he comes to recording. Dips his hands. I go, how you doing? And I shake it and soft hands. I feel like a man. Right? Patrick Roddy comes in here. I don't need to feel less than.
You know, we didn't talk about. We talked about last week how you were on Conan filling in for Andy, but we didn't talk about how you hugged famous germaphobe Howie Mandel.
Yes, I did. He gave us all hugs. But he says it's all hands.
He explained
it's all
that it was
hands.
just his hands.
Yeah.
I think that's odd.
What part of it's odd? Just that he could do one of them?
I think hugging there's so much more surface area in
And your
contact.
clothes are going to attack a lot of allergens.
Your head,
Face to face.
Right? Face to face. You like
cheek to cheek.
with a guy like me.
Lady in red,
She's dancing with me.
cheek to cheek.
There's nobody here. I love Krista Berg. That song, I feel bad about that song. That song is not representative of what he does.
I don't know any. We're going to go through this loop again, but I don't know any other song by Christopher.
You don't know Don't Pay the Ferryman. Don't pay the ferryman. Don't even pick the price.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
Don't pay the ferryman until he gets you to the other side. Don't pay the ferryman.
Wow.
I like Krista Berg out of Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, and his daughter, his daughter was like Miss Ireland or something. Beautiful. Beautiful daughter. Gorgeous. Lady de Berg. But I'm with you.
He named her after the song Lady in Red.
Yeah.
Her middle name
called
is
her
In
Lady.
Red.
Yes, Lady in Red de Berg. Why not, man? It made him
the
$7
best
million.
thing he ever did.
He had one other great song. I forget. He had it was on a soundtrack. No, it was Lady in Red. You dumb fuck. No, that's who did Lady in Red the soundtrack? Who did the song Lady in Red on the soundtrack Lady in Red?
It wasn't him?
No, I'll give you the
same song.
Here's the song. You ready? It's not the same song.
Oh, I know that there was a Stevie Wonder song.
Lady, that's it. Lady in Red. Lady in Red.
Yeah.
It's a Lady in Red. Lady in Red. And they all went. And it was when Stevie was like in his 80s,
Yeah.
the height of the 80s success,
Right.
where they couldn't just go, hey, you know what? Somebody's got to tell Stevie that song sucks. Somebody's got to tell him that's not acceptable. Lady in Red. Lady in Red.
I
It's
don't think
horrible.
I thought I was talking about the other one because it wasn't. I just called to say I love you. It
Just called to say I love you.
was also on
Part-time
that
lover.
soundtrack.
Is part-time lover on there, or is that on this follow-up?
I don't know.
Like,
Karen, ride the wind.
Ding, 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 ding. I like when that song comes on, like if I'm in a store or something. I like it.
Yeah, it's catchy.
Right?
It's just fun to hear.
You know what's not fun to hear? A New Year's Day celebrate.
Yeah, that is really one of the
That's
worst.
a bad song.
Garen?
Part-time lover was on the In Square Circle.
It was. That's the follow-up. In Square Circle. Did a display at the front of the record store on that.
All right.
Did a beautiful display. Might have won a contest. By the way, I didn't have anything to do with that. Keith Shrutowski did it. I think he won a
Thank
contest.
God you cleared that up.
Hey, I misspoke on a on that when I was a guest on that fantasy baseball thing. I said I won 5 times when in reality I won 3, and I got fucking called out on that. So
Well, yeah, that's because fantasy baseball is by nature a nitpicking endeavor. Obviously your people who you play with are going to listen to that, and obviously they're going to bust you.
and he did. One guy did, and he listens to this show too. Sock it, Classic. That's his nickname. We call him Classic.
Okay.
There's 2 guys with the same name. So the guy that was in the league first, we call him Classic.
Nice.
Blank. Steve. I'll call him Classic Steve. By the way, in my fantasy league, I'm in 3. I'm in a AL, NL, and then a mixed. I'm in the mixed one with JP Buck at work, and then guys I don't know. One of the guys I don't know, and I don't know if he listens to the show or not, and I don't care. I went to JP Buck yesterday after having a series of emails with this guy, and I said, I don't know if we're ever going to do this, but if we ever vote to, I'm going to make up a name, John. If we ever have a vote to kick John out of this league, I'm in. And he goes, what happened? And I said, and I started telling him about the emails, and he's like, oh, what a dick. And he's condescending to me because my team sucks. So, and this happens to Mike. Mike Schmidt talks about it all the time. Like when Mike Schmidt has a bad year, everybody forgets that Mike has won 12 times. So they treat him like he's just like people in the league treat him like he's an idiot.
Right.
Hey, I'll give you this for this. And Mike's like, I know how to play this. I'm not stupid. I just suck this year. And that's how I feel in this league. It's like these guys. Not these. One particular guy he treats me like I don't understand baseball because I admittedly had a bad draft.
Well, look, if you want to get the best team,
I don't.
you got to draft the best players.
Listen, I was too busy making fun of Cliff Floyd. I didn't heed his advice.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Let's take a break. There's a lot going on here today. Right? We're taking a break, Matt? Let's take a break. There's a lot going on. When we go around the room, we're going to find out what's going on with everybody here. Judy Gold is our guest. I have not seen Judy in like 10 years. I'll talk about it with her, and maybe even longer than that. Man, I always enjoyed working with her. Funny lady. We'll be back right after this.
Free feed listeners, you can subscribe to Season 13 or purchase single episodes at podcast.com. And Primo subscribers, you can always bump up to a Gold, My Brother, or Elite package to get our tote bag, shirt, or both by clicking the Primo button at podcast.com.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the program, episode 1303. Let's go around the room. Let's talk about what's happening. A lot of ladies just came in here. Let's talk about it. But first and foremost, from popculturebeats.com, Garen Cockrell. Hello, Garen.
Hello, sir.
Doing okay? Garen, how's that errand going? You get any answer on that thing I asked you to look into?
I have not sent it yet. I'm writing it and interning at the same time.
Very good. You can't get an answer unless you send that email. But keep me posted on that. And this episode, this goes out what? August the 31st, July 31st. This goes out July 31st.
Yeah.
So these tickets will be for 2 days from now if they come through. Right, Garen?
Correct.
Thank you, Garen Cockrell, everybody from popculturebeast.com. He's doing a great job. From INDHD.com, Elliot Hochberg. Hello, Elliot.
Hello.
And Elliot, we had a big breakthrough on the show last week. You discovered that maybe your old man's been keeping you down. You had some father issues came up.
Sincerely, I had a Gil Martin.
And that's what I recommend. I go, you were talking to me about it. I said, go to the non-professional Paul Gilmartin.
It's true.
He's, he's the asshole I play cards with, and he's a comedian. But for whatever reason, he has a self-help podcast, and people think he's a guru now.
That's how it happens.
He's a buffoon.
You've been on the show.
I've been on a show. I talk about my addiction to shopping. But he didn't help me. These people think he's helpful. He's a clown.
You're not there to be helped. You're there so that the listeners can hear.
I help
and
them by
learn
sharing. They
something.
can share from
Yeah.
me. They can learn from
He's
me.
not going to help you.
Well, it's certainly not going to help. Although I will tell you this, and all my friends in my lifetime, nobody's helped me more in my life than Paul Gilmartin. That's a true statement.
That's nice.
Whether it be financially when I was down and out, or emotionally when I was checked out.
Okay. Is this the tagline to your one-man show?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what the tagline was of that? The Jimmy Pardo story. That's what the tagline was.
Solid.
Attention must be paid.
Yeah.
Very successful. Standing ovation, 1 out of 1 nights.
And then 9/11 happened.
The 9/11, that's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah, September 10th, we did it. And then, nothing could stop us now. Nothing. This thing's going to be a hit. And then unless the biggest disaster in American history happens the next day. Then you got to postpone. The world changed after that. People didn't like to laugh anymore. And then Letterman said it was okay, and then people came back and saw my show. They loved it. They stood up. They stood up more for America than for me.
Yeah. You put a lot of anti-Islamic sentiment into it.
I also wore, tell me if I'm
Changed a little
wrong,
bit.
I wore red, white, and blue shorts and the American flag as a top with the sleeves cut off. I was the anti-Joe Elliott. It's a Def Leppard reference. I don't know what's happening between these two girls. I don't like that kind of energy in the room. It's making me very uncomfortable. They're acting like it's a rave. They're looking at each other across the room like it's a rave. Well, that's what the lesbians do. They rave out with each other. Garrett, you know that. Garrett's a homosexual, Judy. Keep that in mind if you want to talk about what you guys do in basements. I don't know how that world is. I'm not part of it. I got hit on by a guy once in Atlanta. He asked if he could suck my cock in the car. I said no. In retrospect, I probably should have experimented. Now, that's a true story. I was hammered. I probably should have enjoyed it. What's wrong, right?
The fact that I'm not allowed to fucking talk
You're
right
gonna
now.
talk in a second.
I need to say something.
You say nothing. Let me say hello to
God
Matt.
damn it.
Matt, welcome.
Hi.
All right, now listen. And I said this, Judy, before
Did you
we
even
took-
introduce Elliot?
Yeah, I did. He did great, and we talked about his breakthrough.
Okay.
Before you came on here, I said Judy Gold is going to be joining us, and I'm
Oh,
thrilled
all right.
to have her here.
Okay.
Because, what did I say? I go, funny, haven't seen her maybe in 10 years.
Yeah.
One of my favorite people that I ever worked with. We worked together in Las Vegas, Nevada. We had a great time. David
Yes.
Feldman monopolized all our time.
Right.
We had wonderful shows. I want to say we worked together in Irvine, California.
Yes, we did.
And that may be it.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
That blowjob would have been so great.
Yeah.
It would have, and you could have just closed your eyes,
Right?
and you wouldn't.
Right, but you know what? It was right in the middle of the AIDS scare.
Oh,
and
all right.
I can't risk getting
You
that.
can't get AIDS from a blowjob.
Yes, you can. I've got a lot
Unless
of open
they
sores on
just
my
flossed
penis.
and you
Yes.
put a razor blade to your cock and then.
You don't know how I cut. I don't want people
Yeah, that's
to see
true.
it.
And I did hear about your penile problems on Conan.
Whoa, yes, I did have. You were talking about that when you said
Yes,
being on Conan.
yes.
I filled in for Andy Richter last week.
You did? How was
I did.
that?
It was a thrill. It was an honor. So I thought you were talking when you said a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
I
you
saw
meant
the
that.
penile. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You're doing great.
We're doing okay. Now listen,
Yeah.
you've got this one-person show that we're
Yes,
going to talk
I
about,
do.
and then we're not done talking about it. We're just going to have fun.
Oh, good.
It's called. Is it called the Judy Show?
It's called The Judy Show: My Life as a Sitcom.
All right. And
Now, it's the story. I did another one-person show.
No.
Oh, thanks for following my career, asshole. So,
wait, when was it? 25 years ago?
hey, good night, folks. It was
That makes no
2004.
sense.
It was 2004. I did a show off Broadway called 25 Questions for a Jewish Mother. So this was based on interviews I did with Jewish mothers all around the country. So that ran for like a year and a half and then went on tour. And I started working on this. You always have to, unless you want to have a fucking nervous breakdown, depression, you have to start working on something else while you're still working on, you know what I mean? So this is sort of the follow-up, but it's really about, I was addicted to sitcoms growing up. Like, that was like, I just watched TV constantly. And how I grew up and thought I was going to have a sitcom.
Right.
Like every other fucking stand-up. And it shows the trajectory. What do you think of that, asshole?
Why are you getting yelled at?
Trajectory of my career and my dream of having my own sitcom that never fucking happened.
Well, it never happened, right? It just really was never. Did that come off negative?
So there is audio and video.
There's audio and
So
video, yeah.
I really do think that my life is a sitcom.
You have two. You adopted two boys.
No, I didn't adopt. What the fuck? I interview people and I do research.
I don't.
Right.
I don't. There. You said. It's not,
I do these interviews at the 92nd Street Y in New York, which
First of all, I don't like.
Yeah,
I don't
fuck
need to hear
you.
about you in a bathhouse.
Anyway.
Now, secondly, here. Let me tell you.
I
this.
fucking read their books. I do.
This is a conversation. This isn't an interview. That's where you were misled
Oh,
by
right.
your
That's
PR
right.
person.
No, they didn't even tell me. I don't give a shit. Anyway, so what was your question?
You have two boys.
Oh, I have two boys. So I
you didn't
had
adopt
one.
them.
No, well, all right. My ex had one, and then I adopted him because there's the second parent adoption. So she gave birth, and then I adopted. We had to go to court to make sure that he's also my child, like the gays have to
Let me
do.
say something here. Does everybody in the room? It's Elisa. Is that what it is? Yeah. Elisa, you were here. You're a witness to this. Did everybody in the room not hear her call me an asshole and go fuck myself when I said I didn't adopt them? Did we all hear when she said that?
You
to me?
said you have two that you adopted. I
So I
had one.
got 50% wrong. That
All
doesn't
right.
mean that you yell at me like I'm the dumbest man alive.
All right.
Look what you're doing.
All right, I'm
Before
sorry.
you got here, I talk about you're fun, you're friendly, you come in here with this shit attitude. I don't know if you're
damn
showing
it.
off for your new gal pal.
Not new.
Or what you're doing.
She's hot, isn't she? All right.
Listen,
so
that's your business, not mine. Again,
yeah,
it's a different
all right,
environment, but the
okay.
answer is yes, she is.
Okay, thank you. So I had one and she had one, and then
Okay.
we each adopted.
You were pregnant at one point.
I was pregnant. I was on stage. I did the Aristocrats. I gave birth the next week.
You think that movie induced?
Well, I was so disgusting, and then I came home after I did the Aristocrats thing, and I was like, oh my God, I'm a mother, and I said the most disgusting, and it was so disgusting, and I was like completely paranoid. And I called up, what's his name, Paul,
Provenza.
and I said, Paul, you can't put me in. It's too disgusting, and I'm a mother, and what if the PTA? And blah, 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 blah. And he's like, Judy, shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
you're comic,
Yeah,
yes.
so that was it. But I was in mother mode, you know. You have children.
I have one child, yes.
Yeah,
I have a
and?
little boy, 6 years old. He's terrific.
Do you like being a dad?
I love it.
Yeah.
You don't like being a mom, though.
No, I
By
love
your
being a
tone.
mom, fuckhead, and I'm a dad too. Number 1, 2, and number 3. Dads don't do anything anyway. So
What does that mean? Don't.
You're in your
don't-
podcast. You work at Conan. When the fuck do you see the kid?
He's at school while I do that. I'm not off at Lilith Fair banging around with strangers like you at your community.
Whatever. But all right. What about during the summer? What does he
He's
do?
at camp right now.
Not sleepaway.
No way.
No, because he's not a Jew. That's why.
Yeah, is that sleepaway strictly
Jew. All Jews go to sleepaway
think
camp.
you'd be
I
afraid of
fucking
that.
hated it. I know. Well, they don't do it on the West Coast. I swear to God, East Coast school ends 8 weeks. Take care. Have a nice night. They're gone.
Right.
They love it. And the parents love it as well. I missed visiting day, though, because I was here doing the show at the Geffen.
Yeah, more important, right?
Yeah.
Mommy's got her dream.
Yeah. And but they FaceTimed me. So I was sitting on the blanket while they're having lunch, and my ex is like, all right, that's enough. Okay. All right, bye. Like, she just wanted to fucking hang up. And thank God Elisa, my lover girl, was there. And she was like, you know, you don't like the lesbian love, do you?
I don't dislike it. I saw the Indigo Girls once in concert.
Really?
I got no problem with that kind
Yeah.
of music.
It's nice. Thank you.
Um,
Do you have any lesy friends?
what's your question?
Do you have any lesy friends?
Do I have any? Do I?
Sure.
Name.
Oh, God, don't start, like, sticking up for him. Because
Do I?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, Tig.
You gotta have some.
Tig Notaro?
Tig's a lesy.
Yeah.
She's great. Okay.
Um,
Would you call her if, like in a crisis, like I'm feeling?
when
shitty
I
about
called
myself?
Tig Notaro, and I'm not going to go into details, instigated a terrific thing to help my wife and I out at one point. It was
Okay.
all her.
Okay.
yes.
So all right. So Tig's a friend. All right. You do have lesy friends. Okay.
Yeah, well, friend. I think drop
Friend.
the yes.
All right.
I think in the real world, if people said, "Are you friends with Judy Gold?" I would say yes.
Right.
I don't see her a lot, but we're friendly.
Right.
So throw that S
You know,
back on.
there's a bond. Like I don't think people get like that the comics have.
I agree.
Like I have not seen you, but I have like my heart loves you. You know, like and I have. Do you know what I mean?
Did
It's
you
just
like how in my email I wrote to you and acted as if you would never have remembered who I was? Like my email was like, you're probably not going to remember. We worked together, blah blah blah. But you're coming to L.A. and because I always err on the
I
side
do
of
that
safety.
too. I go, hi, Judy Gold. They're like, duh! I mean, I'm 9 feet fucking tall. I have the frizziest fucking hair. I mean, I know. I always do that. You know who did that to me? What's her name? Who? Fuck. She won a Tony Award.
Patty LuPone.
No, she was in.
Bernadette Peters, Megan Hildy,
No. Keep going.
the girl from
She won
Hairspray.
for no. Then she played Miss Hannigan and Annie before Jane Lynch. What?
Allison Janney.
No, god damn it. Anyway, fuck. This fucking.
Is it a woman?
Yes. So I'm at an audition. I'm like, oh my god, hi. She's fuck. I gotta look it up.
Our intern's gonna look it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got a guy over there to do it.
She won a Tony for
What did she win
okay,
it
she
for?
was in Miss Hannigan. She was Miss Hannigan this past, before Jane Lynch.
Miss Hannigan before Jane Lynch. Google that and see if your computer doesn't tell you to stop it.
What did she win a Tony? Not Promises. Promises. No. What was the one? Promises. No, I don't know. With Sean Hayes, that fucking play with Sean Hayes. The
Oh,
musical.
Christian, not Chenoweth.
No.
Who was that with Sean Hayes?
Right in that play.
Sean Hayes couldn't do our show that for Parkastathon because he was away doing that
Right.
play.
Exactly.
Who was
Oh, you
it?
remember him?
How many
canceling?
listeners do you think you just lost on this fucking
Oh,
conversation?
all of them.
How long long does it take? Cast of Annie, Broadway, 2012.
It's only showing me Jane Lynch.
Oh God, you are so.
This is having the
mean,
male.
the kids
It's the
these
male
days.
Jimmy Pardo sitting across
Oh
the table, or the
God,
female
I
Jimmy
mean,
Pardo.
like you just go.
Nope, it's the male Jimmy Pardo. I'm more feminine than Judy. I'll
Cast
say it.
of. Fuck shit. Fuck.
This is awful.
Look at this. Google. Let's see who does it. You already have 10 minutes on me.
Elisa, you're doing it as well. Everybody's
Cast,
doing it, but you and me, Matt.
Annie, 2012 Broadway. Here we go. I think I'm gonna win. Blah 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 blah
boy.
blah 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 blah.
Karen might have
Okay, here we go.
You may want to turn her microphone down.
Was with Sean Hayes and Palm.
Who was?
Kristen Chenoweth.
It was Kristen Chenoweth.
No,
I
it
was
isn't
right.
Kristen Chenoweth. You
Fuck you for
fuck.
telling me no for Promises, Promises.
Oh right, she was in Promises,
It's
Promises.
not
Right.
Faith Prince, right?
Is his Faith Prince?
No. Oh God, retarded. I mean, I know I'm a mother. I can't say retarded and all that shit, but I'm fucking fuck.
By the way, don't yell it out. Give me the initials. I'd like to guess.
Okay.
If you find it, give me the initials.
Okay.
That stands, Elisa, you too.
Okay.
Elisa's
I'm
here.
gonna give you the initials.
Oh, you found it?
Okay, here it is.
Garen? There's already talk of Patrick Roddy taking over your spot.
What is Garen? Like, what is that? Is that a combo name or what is that?
Do you want to explain it, Garen, for the 5th week in a row?
Shut up.
That's Elvis Presley's twin brother's middle name.
Did you know Elvis?
Didn't hear a word you said?
Yeah, I did. Twins brother's middle name. All right.
Go on.
Elvis, Jewish, has a Jewish star on. His mother was part Jewy, and he has a Star of David on his. Of course, I call my mother. Oh yes, of course. I mean, she knows every fucking Jew reference. Let's see. All right.
Give me the
Annie
initials. Here we go.
Success, Act 1. I don't want to fucking Act 1. Characters. No, I don't want that shit. Broadway original, pre-Broadway, United Shoring.
Garen, keep looking. She has not found it.
Revival, 2000 fucking shit.
Nobody's
Kate Finnernan. Katie Finnernan.
First of all, those aren't initials.
Oh, right. Fuck.
First of all, they're not initials. Secondly, you may have just lost your entire body weight in water coming out of your mouth. That's how excited you were. Third of all, it was like Katrina. Is everybody safe? Everybody going to be all right? We need canned goods? I've never seen that much water come out of a human being's face in my
I know.
entire
I
life.
feel sorry for the audience because I see it like dripping coming out.
That
So
was-
Katie Finnernan.
That said, what a payoff.
What a zero. Nobody cares about Katie Finnernan.
I'm just saying. I go to audition. She's like, "Hi, I'm Katie Finnernan." I'm like, "Duh."
Hey guys, Matt here with some dates for you. Judy Gold is doing the Judy Show at the Geffen Playhouse. You can get tickets at geffenplayhouse.com. That's running through the 18th of August. And you can follow her on Twitter at Judy Gold. That's JEWDY Gold. Jimmy Pardo is going to be at Amoeba Records in Hollywood on August 3rd, hosting the live auction for Smile Train. Go check that out if you're in the area. He's got a doctor's appointment on August 14th in Beverly Hills. And he's going to be at the Improv in Hollywood on August 17th. Enjoy.
To see this whole episode or for more great content with comedian Jimmy Pardo, head over to podcast.com. Don't forget to share, rate, and subscribe.